Excuse me?
Patriots, man.
I think you're
It's a hat, man.
ready to go.
Ready?
You made some comments yesterday during the news conference. You're not very concerned about Mean Machine.
I'm not.
How come?
Because he's
What an uplifting story to get to this moment. How dare you
what?
say that? We need it for Mean Machine.
He's basic to me. He's another Ricky Burns.
Yeah.
C level, maybe B plus fighter. Don't have much to him. Got one speed. Got a little power, but you can take away the power or timing.
How do you see this fight going then?
I see Crawford stopping in between 6 and 9. Yeah.
Crawford just continues to get better and better. Under your hand. I mean, in the training camp and thanks to his dedication. I mean, how is he even better than he was a year ago?
Because he's learning from himself. He watches his fights. Like he'll be running on the treadmill in camp, and I'll walk past. He's watching one of his fights, so obviously he's studying himself. And as you get older, you get wiser in the game. You get to tend to mature too. So he's maturing. He understands the game. He understands what it means to get a knockout. He understands what it means to put asses in those seats. He understands those numbers too.
Do you feel that he has to get a stoppage to validate, or it's all about just winning at the end of the day?
This is about winning. Just you look at the odds on this, it's like 9-1 or 12-1 or something like that, and it's just continue to win.
How do y'all keep Terrence motivated with, like, say, he's fighting a C-level fighter that, and like I said, in big scheme of things, is a opposing threat. But he prepares as if he's an A-level with multiple belts.
Terrence is looking at Mean Machine. He's looking at his accolades that he got. He's Olympian 2 times. He's undefeated. He's the mandatory. Never been stopped, never been dropped or anything like that. So he's looking at the accolades that he has, and he wants to take them away from him. He wants to be the first one to give him his L.
So we say y'all trying to send a message to the rest of the welterweights.
We already just sent the message. We don't need to do nothing else now. Just continue to win.
Did you get a chance to watch the Ray Robinson fight? If so, what were some of the things?
Yeah, I was there. I thought Ray beat him. Mm-hmm. I thought Ray beat him. I think the other guy that he fought, the other African he fought, I thought he beat him too, or it was a close one. So I've been watching him ever since he came over from wherever he came from, Lithuania. Most of those fights I've commentated, and so that's the benefit of commentating. You get to watch all those guys,
Is there a style that you see that Terrence might have to see that you haven't seen before that might give him problems?
Terrence has seen them all. You've seen them all.
Bo Mack, most people believe you're going to get past this guy, and I know it's taboo to say you're looking at the next opponent, but more than likely when you beat this guy, who are you looking at next? Who do you guys want next?
Man, we always say we want the champions, whoever got the belts over there, or who are other champions. So it really don't have to say no name, just say the other champions. We all know who the other champions are, so it's time to go get them.
Do you think Terrence needs to be more? I mean, yesterday when he had the roundtable with us, he said, I'm not here to talk about anything except this fight. Don't you think he needs to be more assertive and say, hey, this is what I want. These are the guys I want to fight, and having his voice out there will help move the needle a little bit further than just, focusing on Mean Machine?
I think he's already done that already. I think he already said he wants to fight Spence. He wants to fight those guys at the top 147-pounder. He was on ESPN yesterday and told him, hey, Manny Pacquiao didn't want to fight me. He ran over to a different company. So he's saying things like that. He's just not saying it in a way that most writers want him to say that. People want him to say, I want to fight Spence. He said it before. and told Spence in his face, "I want to fight you." You know, what more can a man say?
But where's the disconnect? Because Spence has told me directly he wants to fight Terrence. Terrence said he want to fight him. We see how PBC and Top Rank are working to get Fury and Wilder. So just using common sense, it's like it can be done. So somebody's lying. I'm not saying it's either fighter, but something don't add up.
Well, I think more or less it's about timing. I think it's a little more about timing, and it's going to take more time now that Spencer's got into his accident. But I know for sure the fight is going to happen, but it's just about timing. I believe he's probably milking the cow over there, and then once he get done milking the cow over there, he probably want to say, "I will have the leverage," or whatever the case got to be. But it's gonna happen.
For a training aspect, there's a impress you the fact that Terrence keeps sharpening up those tools for whenever that fight does happen, he's ready to roll.
Yeah. He's definitely ready. If he had to fight Spence today, he's ready.
Now, looking at the situation, it's pretty obvious that Errol's injured. Manny Pacquiao is probably looking for some other fights, maybe even rooming Mikey and Danny. Bob's kind of mentioned Sean Porter a little bit yesterday. I know Sean probably have a relationship. Would that affect anything, or is it just looking for champions and defending the title he has?
I believe, Sean is one of the top welterweights over there, and I believe if those guys wanted to fight, it'll materialize. I don't have no problem with the fight. I'm sure Kenny Porter don't have a problem with the fight. So if it materializes, it's time to go.
How come people don't talk about Keith Thurman as much? Because he's almost in the same position as Sean, come off a tough loss against a future Hall of Famer. Nobody brings up his name in this mix, though.
I think what it is with Keith Thurman is, his lackluster performances that he's been had. Getting beat by Manny Pacquiao, getting beat by 40-year-old man against a 29-year-old man, and then his fight before that, almost getting stopped by a D-level opponent, and it just goes to show you that he might be on the downside of his career.
Who's A-level at 147 besides Terrence, in your opinion?
I would say probably Sean Porter, Spence. You could give Manny Pacquiao a little argument, his name in there.
What about Danny Garcia? He's a former champion.
Who? Who you say?
Danny Garcia.
Who's that?
Which one did you tried to broker? You tried to broker Porter, right? You tried to go over there and talk to them and try to get that done a little bit on the
I tried it.
behind the scenes a little bit.
No, I never tried that. I tried with Spence now.
Just Spence.
Yeah.
Bob said you did some stuff with Porter.
No, I haven't talked to Porter in a couple months.
Oh, okay. What did you back then though? You did talk about a fight, and there was something about their friendship that was at play.
No, somebody asked me a question. I forgot who it was. Asked me a question. I don't know, where was it at? I said that, hey, if the fight materializes, let's go. No, I never called his dad and say, hey, let's make this fight happen.
And from a training perspective, how many more years do you think that from the fans get out of Crawford? Seeing that it is a very dangerous sport and competes at a high level.
Probably about 4 or 5 more years.
Well, we know you opened a B&B Boxing Academy pretty much in the neighborhood of Nebraska. Can you talk about the importance of what you guys do and how it relates to the community?
I think the importance of having B&B open is for the community is that it's there for the young inner city kids. It's kids that don't have much of a chance to much of a chance in life, and maybe they just dealt the wrong hand when they was born, or this relatives going to jail, or just seeing drugs, alcohol, gangs, and all that, and it's an outlet.
Right.
It was there for me, so I put it there for somebody else. Somebody else can.
Do you think people don't realize that how what Terrence accomplished in the game of life, that hey, he's really winning their life, and it wasn't set up for him to be on this stage, but he fought through adversity and did what he needed to do to build that bridge and be an example for future people. People don't talk about that much.
Yeah, because they always talk about Spence. That's all they talk about. and then all the things that he accomplished in life and did for people in their lives, and just look what he did for just for me and the other coaches. And he changed our lives and he helped me put my son through college. You know what I'm saying? Get his master's. He didn't help the other coach Saul send boxing equipment back to a country that doesn't have anything. So I mean, it's extraordinary of the things that he do. That, like you said, that the people don't talk about, but because everybody always got Spence in their mouth.
There's a thing that bothers. I know Spence hits a lot back. I live in Dallas. Full disclosure, he hits a lot of Terrence that he has to fight him too. But it seems like the main thing is people like, okay, Jeff Horn's a former champion. How come fighting those guys corner on the other side of the street? It's not a priority. It seems like it's like if it happens, it happens. If it don't,
You can't base your career off of one fight. So if the fight happens, it happens. It don't just keep on pushing on. Just keep knocking them down as they come forward. Whoever they put on the chopping block, that's who we train for. That's who we're going to knock off. And if it's Spence time, put his ass on the chopping block, knock him off. Spence, anybody else at 140. I can go down the list. It doesn't matter,
What's the biggest you see? He joked that he would move up to 160 because everybody said he's too big for the weight class. What's the biggest you think he would fight? 154?
47, man. He good. He good at 47, and he could probably fight at 52 just with the right opponent. You know what I'm saying? Not no big ass fucking opponent like
Janela.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or no fucking Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd trains up in Colorado Springs, man. That dude is big as shit.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah, we know.
Why do people say Canelo is like for instance? I guess 'cause I've been up on Canelo. He's not that much bigger than Earl. Like maybe 5 to 7 pounds. Really? Like they act like Canelo's just like this giant.
He's really not. Terrence is actually taller than him.
Exactly. But why people get that? I know he fight 175, but
It could be the meat.
The mystery meat.
all the money you got, you can't get yours the right one.
I wanted to get your thoughts on the franchise position for the WBC. Does it even matter at this point?
This shit is stupid as shit, man. And that's the worst shit I ever heard in my life. We're happy to those days where there's one champion in one weight class. There was 8 weight classes in one champion. Those are days they need to go back to.
Do you think it's too many belts out there as it is? You got the intern, you got the silver. You got
you know what? I'm gonna say
Chick-fil-A belt. I mean,
it's like the goddamn Super Bowl. It is a lot of belts out there, but some of those belts do help guys get to the next level and spring have that springboard. So it just all depends.
I know you were joking, but how cool is it the fact that Terrence has been through this? There's no PED accusations, there's no failed tests, no accident eating around me, none of that. It's been clean, doing this thing, getting people up out of there.
That just shows the dedication that he has to the sport and the dedication that he has to his craft. And he wants to be a clean fighter. He wants the sport to be clean. Some do it, some don't.
Are you intrigued by those options at 140? I know Aram also mentioned the idea of maybe going to South Africa to fight Ramirez.
Like I said before, just like I answered the question, whoever want to put it on the chopping block, let's go. If it's Ramirez, Progress, whoever else, man, that wants to move up from 140 to 147. It don't matter.
Does that trip you out that these little 140 pounders keep wanting to move up? See Terrence?
Let's go. Tell them let's go. Shit. They know there's a lot of money up there. Life-changing money.
With the ongoing stable that you've got, with guys like Jamel Herron who won, Rob Brandt's in there, Shakur Stevenson comes occasionally. We help him out. Obviously Terrence. With wins like these, with fighters like that, would this put you in position for like trainer of the year going in the near future?
Well, let me ask you a question. How many of y'all at the table get a vote for trainer of the year? Just one, right? So that to me. With all of that going on, I was told before you need more than one champion. So we got one, about to have two. Well, we got 2, about to have 3. Hopefully to have 4 by the middle of next year. That's gratifying to me that guys want to come to the stable, but that's something we're not out looking for. We're not out trying. You know, I'm in the sport for the fighters. You know, not for myself, not for nobody. I'm not doing this you know, for the city or anything. I'm doing it for the fighters. Like I always tell fighters, I'll never let your career go through what my career went through. I'll scrape, fight, and comb the world for the best opportunity for you. Once you get in the best opportunity, it's your turn. It's your time to utilize that. If you win, I win. I win, you gonna win. And we all win together. So that's how I look at it.
Bomac, I wanted to ask you a question. I remember when I went to Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and I was watching the fight. The PBC showed everybody that was part of the PBC except Triple G. Bud was there. They didn't show Bud on the Jumbotron. And I wanted to ask your opinion of the PBC sort of not like acknowledging that Bud even exists. Sort of like the disrespect they've shown to Bud. I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
That shit don't make me no mind, man. I don't give a fuck about that. Ain't gonna change the fact that he's still beating their asses up, you know? Or who's the real champion is, or they might show it on TV, but the people in the crowd is talking about what fight, Spencer and Crawford, Spencer Crawford. That's what everybody's talking about. So what they do is not important. At the end of the day, the whole world know who the best 140-pound champion is, the best fighter at that weight.
But do we though?
You know.
So I'll say this: y'all fight Spence. It's a 50-50 fight.
No.
Why not?
It's an 80-40, 80-20 fight.
Post accident.
Even it's a 90-10 after the accident and 80-20 before the accident.
So would y'all come to Dallas and fight him at Jerry World?
All that shit had to be ironed out. You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing I don't hear is like.
That's just like saying when he come on Lincoln, Nebraska and fight it inside the Memorial Stadium.
That's a yes and no. Everybody's all about that money. We know where the money's at in that case. You got Dallas, Texas.
No,
you got Omaha.
Think, no. You from Dallas. You gonna sit here and try to justify that maybe Jerry got all the money down there. Look at Nebraska. The Nebraska Stadium is bigger than Dallas Stadium.
You have more than 100,000?
Yes, we do. We got like 125,000 people selling out there every Saturday.
With a retractable roof.
Every Saturday.
With a retractable roof, though.
Who gives a fuck about a roof?
How many
Is the roof gonna pay the bills? Is the roof gonna pay the bills?
No, how many?
Is the roof gonna?
How many dudes fight outside in 2019?
Is the roof going to pay them fighters?
No, but how many outside fights do we have? Championship fights in 2019. This ain't 1990.
Nobody try to listen to that shit. You Spence fans, and you gonna say
I'm neutral.
Anything into his favor. Next question.
Coach, when did you realize just how special Bud truly is? Like, when did you first realize that?
Probably was like 12 or 13 years old.
Wow.
I wanted to ask you the relationship between the trainer and the fighter. Andy Ruiz just fought. Manny Robles has got some heat. Andy Ruiz got some heat, allegedly gaining weight in that fight. How much is that a team effort, or is that a separate effort?
It's all a team effort, man. Just like I said, if he lose, I lose. Simple as that. He look bad, I look bad. Because they going to say, well, who the fuck training him? What the trainer do? Why you didn't say nothing? Just like he's celebrating too much, you celebrating too much. Or you scared to say something to him? Come on, man. It's 100%. It's 100% team effort.
That's all y'all have, that mentality that y'all have that's got y'all through all this.
I'm not answering no more of your questions, too.
Now, I also wanted to talk about Steven Nelson on the card. He has
He's playing in January.
Oh, he moved to
He
January.
asking me, not asking you.
Oh, how's Steven Nelson doing? I see that.
Steve good. He good, man. He good. It's an opportunity for him, so we're going to take it and run with it.
And then, of course, Maurice Hooker has a fight coming up next week.
He from Dallas, ain't he?
Yeah.
You can answer that question. No, that's what you meant.
How's his mental game? Because he was winning that fight. People talk about the way it ended. He was winning that fight.
Who's that, Maurice?
Yeah, Maurice.
Maurice is good, man. I'm telling you, man, he's good. He's happy, man. He's happy to be in camp with us, man. That Maurice, it's like this. Here's right here. Here's Maurice right here. And from the time we met Maurice, it's been slowly getting closer for him to join us. And there's times when he won his first title, he trained with us every single day. And when Bud hurt his hand with Jeff Horn, the Maurice opponent got hurt. So the time off, it was the same time off that Bud had. And so they rescheduled the fight the same exact day. And so we all left camp for a couple weeks, and then we all came back. So the whole time, Maurice has been itching towards our camp. Itching. He can train with us a couple times for a couple of his fights. So it just made sense for him to, when he made the transition to come over to us, it was just real easy, man.
He expanded upon how it's bigger than boxing, because I remember when Maurice fought Ramirez, he was like, "Oh, why is Crawford here? It's a zone fight," and it's like they don't realize it's bigger than boxing.
It's bigger than boxing, man. You know, we support everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if so, what Maurice fights on the zone or fight for the Rock Nation. Hey, first he's a good friend. Second, he's a staple mate. Third, he's a damn good fighter. And fourth, we're gonna support him.
The toughest part of preparing.
And then Rob Brandt, I've seen he's been in there in the gym. I know he has a fight.
Another guy from Dallas.
You want me to switch over back over here?
I actually don't know Rob. I know Maurice said Earl. I don't know Rob.
No, it's, Rob just hurt himself, man. He hurt himself, so.
Everybody in Dallas getting hurt.
It's in the water down there, huh? Rob is good, man. He just had surgery, what's the date? Thursday? I think he had surgery Tuesday. And he should be back. He'll be back real soon.
And then, Shakur comes in the gym a lot. Bob mentioned maybe getting a Warrington fight. Would you be helping Shakur?
That's him and Bud just real good friends, and his Coach K and his grandpa. Like Coach K is the Olympic coach for USA, and so sometimes he'll go out of the country, and then he'll just say, "Man, can you keep an eye on secure for me?" I don't train him. You know what I'm saying? I don't help him at the gym. It's just if he needs some help, he'll ask me to just watch him. You know, can he train with us while he's gone for like a week or something?
How much part do you take the fact that you got all these world-class championship fighters, just world-class fighters, coming to Omaha, looking for you? Even they just want to, hey, I just want to train. I'm in town. I just want to, hey, just see what's up.
Now say it again.
How do you like the fact that all these world championship fighters?
Oh, it's cool, man. It's
cool.
Cool.
They're seeking you out. Like you just call them. They're calling you up.
It's cool because everybody pushes everybody. You know, if you're in the gym with the pound for pound champion in the world, man, you want to train right along with him. You want to see how he trains. You know, you want to get close to him. It's like I said, everybody pushes everybody.
Well, speaking about your fighters, what's been going on with Lawrence BT Newton?
BT coming back, man. BT coming back January 17th, or so I think it's 17th. I think he's gonna come back January 17th. Matter of fact, he's gonna join the camp when we leave here. He's gonna meet us down in Phoenix for Hooker's fight.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I was hoping to see him on this card, but I was curious when we were gonna see him.
Now, I know you
BT
do.
a bad dude, man.
Yeah,
you need
I
to
know.
watch out for him. He is a bad dude.
For real.
I know you do commentary work at ESPN as well as train so many fighters and stables growing. How do you determine when to break away from the commentary and when is a good time to go into?
I always break away like 2 weeks before. You know, 2 weeks are the crucial time and when you going into your fight. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll hit your peak. Once you touch your peak, then you'll start coming down. And then you got to be real careful because guys like Maurice and Brandt, and so those guys, they don't understand. Sometimes they don't understand when I say, okay, we just going like 8 rounds, 60%. Them guys still want to go hard. You know, you don't want to get no injuries, and they like, well, why we got to do that? It's injury prone. You don't want the injury prone. So.
Bo, I wanted to ask you a question. I saw the special with Bud doing an interview with Andre Ward, and he said something that stood out. He said to a certain degree, he don't trust the media because he say they take his words and twist it. But I want to say, as a member of the media, I've always reached out to Bud, and I'm completely biased. I just want to know why does Bud feel the way he feel about the media? Did something happen to where he just like, I don't trust these guys?
Well, some of them do, man. Some of them do take the words and twist it around. And it even did it to me, you know. And I'm like, I ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? I'm just the trainer, and shit, just trying to guide you, just trying to guide the way. And I'm seeing my words took it out of context. And so I understand what he's saying about that. You know, I ain't never seen none of y'all do it, but I've seen it done before.
Bo, I just want to ask you, I don't know if it's been asked before, how does Terrence, and you as a trainer, how do you guys keep focused when there's so much talk of other fights and other issues? How is Terrence so able to be just streamlined in his thoughts?
I know Terrence is, the way he stay focused and streamlined is because, let's say for instance, the meme machine. The meme machine got this perfect record. You know what I'm saying? He's a two-time Olympian, never been dropped, never been stopped. And even though you throw Spence name and Porter name, you throw all those names out there, he still wants to give that O to the meme machine. He still want to get that O to the meme machine. He wants to be the first one to knock him off. So that's how he stay focused.
Right, by the way, his trainer's right over there, just in case our audience wants to know. Bo, I get the sense, though, and I've read a couple of comments, I just got here to New York. Do you think Terrence is getting annoyed at the talk of other fights and what other issues exist in the business of boxing?
Yeah, I'm sure he is, man, because he don't got shit to do with that. You know what I'm saying? He just want to focus on the fight that's in front of him. You know, everybody always talking about this fight, that fight, this fight, that fight. Now let's talk about the fight that's in front of us. Don't underestimate the guy that's in front of you. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of guys do. A lot of reporters do. You know.
Bo, I think a lot of us were stunned or saddened by the news with Errol Spence. What was your reaction to it when you first heard back in October what happened to him?
That's sad, man. Sad. You don't want to see that little young cat go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he's going through or whatever happened to him or whatever made him decide to get to that point, you, as a human being, you be like, damn, man, that's kind of, you know, fucked up that, yeah, this has happened to him. You know, I have nothing but, you know, love and compassion for a young fighter like that, you know, because it's hard to be black and good and be on top of the world, and then you got all the people pulling at you all kinds of different ways, and the same thing that Terrence going through, he's going through is like, what about Crawford? What about, I don't want to fucking hear about no damn Crawford fight. I got fucking Porter in front of me. That's the fight that I want to concentrate on. So that's how I felt about, you know, when I heard the news about Spence.
You sound like Derrick James, like I've been talking.
Derrick cool, yeah. I talk to him every now and then.
Bomac, did you see the Errol Spence fight with Porter? Did you see anything that just showed you that, you know, Terrence could exploit if they was actually to fight? I know, you know, Spence is out right now, but if that fight comes to fruition.
I didn't see nothing. It's the same thing I seen before that I was telling everybody it's going to be an easier fight than what people expect. It's the same thing I see in his last fight.
Thank you, guys.
Bo, one last question. What is the meme machine?